This match is scheduled for one fall or TV time. The challengers in this match for the NWA Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Championship from Princeton, West Virginia, at a combined weight of 475 pounds, the legit hit Bryan Kyle, Dynamite Derik Billings, legit Dynamite.
And this is a main event of main events, Jonathan Styles. We got a heck of a grudge on our hands here between these two teams. Legit Dynamite, they entered Darkstorm a while back. This is the first time we've seen Eric Darkstorm in a long time here on Mountain State Wrestling Television.
And if you've been seeing these two get together on television or something, fans, you need to see what happened at Freedom Fest.
Good Lord. Talk about violence, talk about intense. I have never seen a situation like the end of that match.
Absolutely. So fans, if you have not got it already, buy the DVD or the digital download and check out Freedom Fest.
And these fans are on the edge of their seats waiting on the arrival of our tag team champions. A team as intense, electrifying, dominant, fluid in that ring as anyone we've ever seen hold those tag titles, but they've got their hands full with the former 5-time champions looking to make it 6 legit Dynamite. But Jason Kincaid and Darkstorm not looking to lose those titles anytime soon.
And there they are, and they're not wasting a moment, and who can blame them?
And this one's starting off exactly the way you would expect it to.
Absolutely.
Are we underway? The referee doesn't have control. So let's gotta get out of the ring. We gotta have 2 men in here to start this one.
I truly don't believe that is going to happen. Ryan Anderson tries to get 1 in, 1 out, but I don't think it's possible.
Ryan Anderson has just shrugged his shoulders and said, "The heck with it all, start the match."
And look at the focus of Jason the Gift Kincaid. Choking out, wait a minute. And look at Darkstorm chopping down Derik Billings. There's so much action, Steve.
Well, the tag team champions taking it to legit Dynamite. Jason Kincaid finally shucking his coat to the outside of the ring. And Darkstorm and Kincaid standing tall. Torque the arm of Bryan Kyle, torque it the other way, kick to the legs, torque it back the other way, bring him down to the mat, drives him face first, doing the same thing to Dynamite Derik, and they dropped him to the mat.
And both members of Legit Dynamite now on the outside trying to regroup.
And Legit Dynamite throwing off their game, getting a breather on the outside of the ring, and Dark Gift standing tall looking outside of their opponents.
And look at and you have to think the aggressive style is what put the mindset for Dark Gift.
Well,
just come out.
That suits Legit Dynamite perfectly fine. The aggressive style of Dark Gift, aggression, those are words that define Legit Dynamite. They were born to be aggressive. Look at the shiner on Bryan Kyle. He's had that for weeks now. He leaves it on there himself. He loves the pain.
We got Bryan Kyle out to the outside. Fresh tag brings in Eric Darkstorm, working on the rib cage of a former heavyweight champion. Not a lot of people know that, Steve. I mean, this is the man who held the former heavyweight championship title, Derik Billings.
Well, Derik Billings, he's as real as it comes in this sport. He is a contender from top to bottom. Any situation anyway, Darkstorm ducks that and he just nailed Derik Billings. He knows who he's in there against.
And I tell you what, look at the way that Dark Gift has cut off that ring. They've brought Jason Kincaid back in, keeping those fresh tags, and just dismantling Derik Billings here this morning.
Fantastic snapmare by the Gift, bounce off the ropes, drives the knee home on the forehead of Derik Billings, hooks the leg, pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count though. Kincaid, though not deterred, stays on top of his man, draws that line in the sand, pulls Derik back to his side of the ring, and tags out to his partner.
And now Eric Darkstorm in there again. Wait a minute. You can't take anything away from I was going to say Legit Dynamite, but Dark Gift already back on top before I can even get my words out, Steven.
Well, Dark Gift, they have their opponents scouted. They're very familiar with them. There's so much history in this ring. The ongoing feud between these two teams, the past history as teammates between Kincaid, Kyle, and Billings. There's animosity, there's grudge, there's hard feelings all over the place. But most importantly, there is a tag team championship on the line.
Absolutely.
And a springboard by Kincaid.
But no one
catches it. Bryan Kyle with a backhand. Darkstorm hooks the leg.
I didn't really think that Bryan Kyle was in the way of that, but it looks like he got just a little bit of it towards the mouth of his. And now, Eric Darkstorm going for the submission.
Well, Eric Darkstorm grapevine his legs on that arm, holding on to it. Floats on over top, and he holds on to an armbar as he tags out to his partner. Kincaid follows it up with an axe handle smash. And still, the line in the sand. They have Bryan Kyle separated on their 50% of the ring.
Absolutely. I mean, anybody can tell that is what you have to do to win a tag team match. And that is why those two men are the tag team champions. Look at that. Look how quickly they bring Eric Darkstorm back into this matchup.
Quick tags, that's the name of the game. Tag team wrestling.
Yes, keep your partner fresh, keep your opponent.
Whoa! Eric Darkstorm! He just nailed Billings before he went for the cover. I reluctantly have to say, smart thinking on Darkstorm's part. You nail the man before you go for the cover, he's going to be a little bit slower about breaking up that pinfall.
And he does, and brings in Darkstorm again. But I got to agree with you, Steven. To analyze that a little further, bringing Derik Billings in does one thing. It keeps him from being out there to tag. A side headlock now applied. As Darkstorm works to slow the pace of the match. But wait a minute, what about the hair pull by Bryan Kyle? What is that?
What that is a game-changing moment for the team of Legit Dynamite. They finally have Darkstorm on their side of the ring. And they are really laying into Eric. Jason Kincaid, frustrated, tries to get in the ring. That's not going to work out well for him. Referee sends him on out. And his partner is still over there getting punished.
And now, Derik Billings not giving Eric Darkstorm a moment to breathe and going back to work on that bum leg of his, the one that they tried to take out just a few weeks ago, which did put Eric Darkstorm on the shelf temporarily, Steven.
Well, you saw Darkstorm stick his hand out for the tag there, but as soon as he did that, Billings knocked him down to the mat, pulling him further away from his corner, holding on to that leg, trying to tie him up there, and doing a great job of doing it. He's got the submission maneuver locked in, and he's doing a lot of damage right now to Eric Darkstorm's leg, that previously injured leg. The reason he's been on the shelf, Legit Dynamite hasn't forgotten what they did to him.
Absolutely not, Steve. And I tell you what, look at the way that Billings is using his boot. And just, oh, wow. But Darkstorm attempting to fight out of it in any way, shape, or form that he can, because he knows the longer he stays on that mat, the worse his leg is going to be.
And Billings holds on to the leg, and he tags out to his brother. Bryan Kyle comes in, and he's going to continue the punishment. Things are not looking good for Eric Darkstorm.
Absolutely not. And Jason the Gift Kincaid wanting to get in there. And now it's the team of Legit Dynamite that has cut off the ring and keeping Darkstorm on their 50%.
Bryan Kyle choking Darkstorm across that top rope. Eric Darkstorm, he's in trouble right now, but you can't count that guy out.
Rear chin lock applied now. And notice how far away Darkstorm is from Kincaid.
Only a few feet, but it may as well be miles in a lifetime.
Darkstorm fighting back slowly. Gets to the vertical base, coming off the ropes, and no!
Gets nailed with a drop toe hold, and he falls face first on the mat. Bryan Kyle attempting to stay on top of him. Darkstorm struggling to find a way out, but Bryan Kyle cinching in that front face lock, pulled him into the corner, and Derik Billings with a firmly planted boot to that leg cut off that momentum attempt at changing by Darkstorm in one fell swoop.
And Darkstorm very worse for wear now, because if you notice, both Derik Billings and Bryan Kyle have worked on that injured leg of Eric Darkstorm. Very wisely working as a tandem to just take that one body part.
Well, you're absolutely right about that. Take away the animosity between these two teams, the grudge. That's the smart money move when you're going against the tag team champions. They've been so good in every single encounter. They've defended those titles and come out victorious so many times that if there's a weakness, you've got to exploit it.
Derik Billings, I think, Stephen, just from the way that that maneuver took place, that patella could be torn again. There could be a meniscus. There could be a meniscus tear in there.
Well, whatever's going wrong with Darkstorm's leg, the one thing that's absolutely true without a shadow of a doubt, you don't need a doctor to tell anyone, Darkstorm's in trouble. And he's been in trouble for a while.
Absolutely.
How much more can that leg take? How much more can he take?
And I got a question, is Ryan Anderson even thinking about stopping this match to protect the welfare of Eric Darkstorm? Darkstorm not even able to put weight on that leg.
But he was able to move out of the way slow, though it may have been. He moved out of the way in the nick of time, and he's nailing Billings, trying to send him across the ring, but even on the attempted Irish whip, just not enough strength left in him. Derik Billings just turned around and kicked him in the leg.
Tag brings back in one half of the former tag team champion.
And Bryan Kyle just falling back, holding on to that leg. And Darkstorm bailed to the outside.
Well, I gotta tell you, that's the wisest move Darkstorm can have here. First of all, it gives him a moment to check out that knee.
Well, unquestionably, he's in trouble here. And you're right, he does need to take a breather. Unfortunately, he can't get a tag on the outside of the ring.
Well, here's the other thing, Steven. If he stays outside, yes, legit Dynamite gets the victory via countout, but they keep the tag team titles being their gift.
Well, Darkstorm flips on over coming in there, gets nailed by a big boot. Bryan Kyle tags out to Derik Billings, and you're right, if he would have gone counted out, would have saved the belts. But love him or hate Darkstorm, that's not the way he's going to do things.
Absolutely not. 1, 2, new champs, no.
Not if he has a choice.
Listen to those fans trying to encourage the half of the tag team champions of the ring, Darkstorm. And can Darkstorm find his way? No, wrong corner. Oh my. It could have been the tag that he needed to Jason the Gift Kincaid. But unfortunately, a little dazed now.
Well, he had things going his way for the briefest of moments, but a reversal in the Irish whip, and he moves out of the way, and a big-time kick to the side of the head of Derik Billings has the big guy stunned as Darkstorm brings him back to the middle of the ring.
Darkstorm and Billings trading blows, and wait a minute, tag brings in.
He got the tag.
Kincaid.
Kincaid. I thought he was going to go for a neck breaker, but Kyle head first in that knee. Kyle went for a flying side leg against Kincaid, but Kincaid out onto the ropes, and a steam Nelson with the forearm. Clothesline.
Absolutely, Kincaid like house on fire, just swinging out there. Springboard off the ropes. That'll be pin. 1, 2. No. Derik Billings quickly getting in there to break up that pin attempt like any good tag team partner would. Now all 4 men creating a Pier 6 brawl out here.
Well, Darkstorm and Kyle in one corner, Billings and Kincaid in the other. All 4 men are going out for all they're worth. Kyle calls to his brother Billings. Billings is going to send Kincaid into Darkstorm by a leapfrog. Spear by Bryan Kyle. Darkstorm's locked up on the opposing corner. Twists the armbar. Kicks Billings, but look at the way he's still holding that leg.
Oh, absolutely. That knee has seen this damage here today.
And legit Dynamite at the moment standing over top of Dark Gift.
Wait a minute, Kincaid trying to fight his way up. Double team effort now by legit Dynamite. Wait a minute, what is this? Steven, I don't think they want to win.
That's a length of rope.
I don't think they want to win the tag team titles. I think they want to damage Dark Gift.
Well, right now they're tying up Jason Kincaid. And if they succeed in doing that, the one-legged man who's already handicapped himself, will then enter into a handicap situation.
What? Tell you, Darkstorm would be over there immediately, but that knee has slowed Darkstorm down significantly. Wait a minute.
Referee calling for the bell. We could see Darkstorm could get injured again here. Kincaid could get injured for the first time.
As a result of a disqualification, Jason the Gift Kincaid, Eric Darkstorm, Dark Gift.
Mule kick by Billings. There's Bryan Collins. Kick to the head and a neck breaker as they continue to punish Dark Gift in the ring. And you see Kincaid reaching for his partner as attached as these two men have been, as long as they've been partners. You know that his heart's got to be breaking seeing the situation. He can't help anyone. He can't even help himself.
Somebody's going to have to get out here. Somebody's going to have to try to save Dark Gift. Who's it going to be? Wait, there's Billy Ray.
Here comes the truth.
There's Puppy Love.
Reinforcements come a little bit too late. How much damage has already been done here?
Well, Steven, when you're right, you're right. Look at the way Darkstorm's favoring that knee. Look at Kincaid being held back. He has to know that there will be another day.
One more chapter in this story, which is far from over, fans. And you hear Bryan Kyle saying to the camera, these titles, we never lost them, and they're right about that. They never lost that tag team championship. As far as they're concerned, they are the heir apparent to those tag team titles. They deserve them, and they want them back around their waist where they feel those belts belong.